play right, cause they can't miss. All about the game, that's a cold switch. Serving up the truth, call it ruthless. Tune in and get your fix from Blake and Vish Sports.
Whoever gets cut will get picked up, in my opinion. Which RB do you cut and why?
Vish, I would cut Jamycal Hasty. We actually talked about this on the phone a little bit earlier. To me, it comes down to to me, Trey Sermon, Raheem Mostert are both automatics. To me, Jeff Wilson would be an automatic, but unfortunately, he's hurt. He just is apparently standing up. Kyle Juszczyk, technically they're going to keep 5 running backs. Kyle Juszczyk's the fullback, so that's the third. So now you're left essentially with two open spots with 3 players: Wayne Gallman, Jamycal Hasty, and Elijah Mitchell. The reason I say Hasty first is Elijah Mitchell was a 5th round draft pick, so he has that advantage. 2, Hasty has ball security issues. 3, the best running back on this football team in pass protection is Wayne Gallman. The best running back on this team in pass protection before was Tevin Coleman. That's why Tevin Coleman used to play so many snaps for this football team. They need Wayne Gallman's pass protection. They need his consistency in both the receiving game and the run game. He's not as explosive as Hasty, but you can find other athletes as explosive as Hasty. Hasty has ball security issues. Wayne Gallman doesn't bring those same issues. So to me, I would personally keep Wayne Gallman. And then Elijah Mitchell also did flash on special teams in his first preseason game against the Raiders. He had a great play and kickoff coverage to start off the game, and then he had a 49-yard kick return. So if he's adding special teams value, I know Hasty has been playing special teams, but from that standpoint, even if Hasty gets picked up, I just think you have 4 other more capable running backs to go with Jeff Wilson Jr., who's already coming back. So for those reasons, the running backs I would keep would be Raheem Mostert, Trey Sermon, Elijah Mitchell, and Wayne Gallman.
Yeah, so you said we talked about it. I kind of had the same thought process. So, Hasty's best attribute is that he's super explosive, and he's more explosive than Gallman. But every single other running back is super explosive on the Niners. Mostert, incredibly explosive. Sermon, 10-yard split, one of the best. And then Jeff Wilson Jr., also incredibly explosive. That's 3 guys right there that are just super explosive. So there's that.
And Elijah Mitchell, 4-3.
Yeah, and Elijah Mitchell. I didn't even include him. So that's 4 guys. And Kyle Juszczyk, his name's Juice, so there's got to be some explosiveness in that. But just kidding on that. But there's that. You mentioned ball security. That's a big issue if you're a fringe running back on a team. You just can't fumble the ball. And then I think the point everybody in the chat's been saying that is, I think, super underrated when it comes to running backs, and that's pass protection. You mentioned Tevin Coleman. You need at least one really, really good pass protector. For the Packers, that was Jamal Williams. If you remember Zeke, how great his pass protection was talked about, it's really important, and it's one of the reasons rookie running backs don't always play snaps early on, is because if they're dropping back and they can't pick up the linebacker and your quarterback gets sacked, there's someone else. They'll find someone else to do that for you. And for the 49ers, that's going to be Wayne Gallman.
Did you lose me?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. But you were talking about rookie running backs playing early on is due to pass protection, right?
Yeah, that can be an issue. I
100% agree with that. If you want to know how much Kyle Shanahan values
So I want to say this is Vish cutting out, but I think he was going on to say that Kyle Shanahan values running backs who can pass a lot.
Yeah, I'm back now, but
that's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought you were getting.
Going back. The reason if you want to know how much Kyle Shanahan, you might have brought this up, values pass protection. The Atlanta Falcons would have a Super Bowl ring right now if Tevin Coleman never got hurt in that game. Devonta Freeman screwed up a pass protection assignment that if he doesn't screw it up, guess what? You got Matt Ryan throwing a touchdown to a wide open Taylor Gabriel down the field. Devonta Freeman screwed up the pass protection. You know who doesn't screw up pass protection assignments? Kevin Coleman. So it's very important to have a running back who's excellent in pass protection. You brought up Zeke Elliott, obviously. I mean, Zeke Elliott is maybe the best pass protection running back to come out of the draft in a long time. He was unbelievable at it in Ohio State. And so to me, the explosive element, I personally think it's overrated too a little bit. I think Wayne Gallman adds a different style, which is still effective. It's not an ineffective style. It's just not the one cut, hit the hole, and try to score a touchdown. And you don't always need a one cut explosive runner. They already have that in Raheem Mostert, Elijah Mitchell, and Trey Sermon is kind of a little bit mix of both, and Jeff Wilson's also a mix of both. So to me, you can move on from Jamycal Hasty. And the final point on Hasty, right? We brought up the aspect of the fact that Elijah Mitchell's a draft pick and all of that. You can find other Jamycal Hasty. There's a reason Jamycal Hasty, no offense to him, seems like a really good player. I hope he has success somewhere else, but there's a reason he was undrafted and ultimately signed by the 49ers. There will be more of them available, these type of players. I mean, the Niners went Breida, Mostert, Hasty, and Breida was thought to be irreplaceable until Mostert was better than him. And Mostert will probably be thought to be irreplaceable, even though he's a hell of a football player, until Trey Sermon takes over. So within this scheme, it is possible to find these backs. And I think the Niners will be able to find one pretty soon.
Definitely. I mean, it seems like every time, it doesn't matter what running back they trot out. It's like 5 yards of carries per game. It really doesn't matter. I mean, they had like 4 or 5 guys last year come in and probably average something like that.
Yeah.
It seems more like you put any running back behind the Niners or behind the Niners O-line and Shanahan, and so they somehow magically get 5 yards a touch.
So guys, we've reached about an hour and 15 minutes. There's been a lot of good questions in here.